Armenia is one of the ancient cradles of European civilization and has been inhabited since the early Stone Age. The year of 1993 was the 4100th anniversary of the Armenian statehood. According to the history of the Armenians by Movses Khorenatsi, in 2107 before Christ, the legendary archer Haik defeated the army of the Assyrian king Belus and established the first Armenian kingdom. According to the Assyro-Babylonian runic inscriptions of the 13th to 7th centuries BC, Armenia was also called Nairi, the country of rivers. The Armenian kingdom is called the Ararat kingdom in the Bible. Archaeological excavations have revealed a unique and highly developed civilization in the kingdom of Urartu. A proof of that civilization is the town fortress of Erebuni, founded in 782 BC on the territory of Armenia, Armenia's present capital city of Yerevan. According to the Strabo, the Greek geographer and historian, the Armenians living in the Armenian highlands spoke one language, the Armenian. Greek historians called this country Armenia about 3,000 years ago. Architecture, theater, art and literature were already at their peak before 301 AD, when Armenia formally adopted Christianity, the first country in the world to do so. In 405 AD, the legendary Armenian scholar Mesrop Mashtots created the Armenian alphabet. Armenian is one of the world's oldest living languages, which is still in the use today. The coining of the alphabet opened the golden age of cultural prosperity. Armenia is located at the intersection of important trade routes and an advanced culture, which has made it the target for Roman, Persian, Arab, Mongolian and Turkish invaders. In 1080, a powerful Armenian kingdom of Sicilia was founded on the southern islands of the Mediterranean. Armenians first set foot in Sicilia in the years 96 to 95 BC, and in the course of time they spread along the Mediterranean coasts. The Armenian princedom of Sicilia grew so rapidly and became so powerful that in 1198, with the consent of Byzantium and the Crusaders, it was recognized as a sovereign kingdom. During the 300 years of existence, the Sicilian kingdom was seldom lucky to enjoy peaceful days. Beginning from the 20s of the 14th century, the Armenians of Sicilia were obliged to fight for their independence. However, in spite of that, arts, science, architecture and literature prospered on this land. Armenian-Russian relationship starts from the 10th to 12th centuries. Starting with the mid-14th century, Armenians began migration to Russia, and since the 17th century, the key issue in the political relations with Russia was the liberation of Armenia from Turkish and Persian tyranny. In 1813, a number of historically Armenian districts were joined to Russia by the Gulistan Accord. In 1828, the Turkmenchai Accord came to finally unify Eastern Armenia with Russia, and in the result of the 1877-1878 Russian-Turkish War, the Western Armenian Mars of Kars was united with Russia as well. Starting from the end of the 19th century, the Ottoman government planned and carried out massacres of Armenia. In 1915, the Turkish government committed the genocide of the Armenian nation, to which around 1.5 million Armenians fell victims. The survivors were scattered all over the world, and a part of them found refuge in the eastern Armenia. On May the 28th, 1918, Armenia was declared independent state. In 2 years, the Red Army entered Yerevan and Armenian Soviet Socialist Republic was founded. In 1991, after 71 years, Armenia again acquired its independence. During 9 years, independent Armenia had many difficulties, both political and economic. One of the main problems was the reconstruction of economy and creation of jobs. Many people understood that, but a few determined to act. In May 1997, Armenian-Canadian joint venture Tobacco Company was founded, which at present is the leader of tobacco industry in Armenia. Tobacco always increases its industrial output and has a stable market in and outside of Armenia. Which is the secret of the success of this company? It is necessary to mention that Armenia has rich traditions of tobacco growing, the roots of which come from the 17th century. This branch was mainly developed in the West Armenia. The first tobacco production cooperative, Pontos, was founded in 1924 in Soviet Armenia. After that, the cooperatives were created in Егоян, Paterny, Marmarashen, Garni, Rapan, and in many other towns. Tobacco processing and fermentation plants were built. In 1924, Yerevan Tobacco Factory was established and had a great success. But in the period of foundation of Tobacco, the tobacco industry was on the brink of dying out. In these difficult conditions, Hrant Vartanian, the initiator and later the president of Tobacco, realized the necessity of foreign investments and the creation of new jobs, and surrounded himself with professionals. Shareholders of the established joint venture became Tobacco from Canada and RRR Limited Company from Armenia. One of the factors of prosperity of the company is the united, healthy team, always ready to create and support the image of Tobacco. The capacity of newly founded tobacco and fermentation workshops was low, and it became necessary to establish a new, huge tobacco processing and fermentation factory equipped with modern production lines. They selected the timber processing industrial complex in Masis, which was at a standstill after the collapse of the Soviet Union, like many other factories, with ruined construction, equipment and machines as scrap metal. On December the 21st, 1999, it was re-established to Armenian Greek Masis Tobbacco Joint Venture Company, engaged in tobacco processing and fermentation. The Greek company is a worldwide leader in tobacco industry. Greek company Misirian is engaged in processing and marketing of the best oriental tobacco throughout the world. The history of the family begins around 1860 with Misak Misirian in Sassoon. In 1880, Armen and Michael Misirian moved to Antwerp and started importing tobacco from the Black Sea to Belgium. In 1902, they established the company Misirian Brothers in Brussels and continued business by creating production plants in Bulgaria and Greece. The Greek company was founded in 1922, and from that time on it plays an important role in the local tobacco market. In 1995, a new tobacco unit was built, and it is considered the most contemporary tobacco processing factory in the Balkan area. Why Misirian company decided to cooperate with Armenia? We asked this question to the president of Armenian-Greek joint venture Masis Tobbacco, Samvel Sahakian. I would not exaggerate if I say that the only reason is well-known businessman Hrant Vartanian. Masirian company believes in Hrant Vartanian, his opportunities, and in fact this company has been established thanks to Masirian company and Hrant Vartanian. Masis Tobbacco joint venture started its reconstruction. Large-scale construction, mounting and reconditioning works were performed. Mainly refugees living in Masis town will work in this company. Before the official opening of the company, the work has already started parallel to the preparation of the opening ceremony. On the 17th of November, guests, representatives of tobacco industry of Russia, Greece and Belgium arrived at Zvartnots airport. One of them is the president of Masirian company, Mr. Robert Masirian. We asked the same question to Mr. Masirian. Why have you selected Armenia for cooperation among other ex-Soviet Union countries?
First of all, the Masirian company is an Armenian company, and we have now been coming to Armenia for the last 2 years, working with Grand Tobacco and the Vardanyan family. And this, of course, is a great honor for us, and we have always wanted to expand our business from the United States, from Belgium, from Greece, and so forth and so on. And we had the opportunity to come here, and we think that being a number of Armenians in our company, we have our heart here, and we would like to do something for the Armenian people. And one very good thing is that we can give our expertise in tobacco, and we were invited by Mr. Vardanyan to make this Masis company, joint venture limited, and this is the reason we're here, and we wish that it have great success and great success for the Armenian people.
On the 18th of November, Masis Tobbacco was getting ready to the opening ceremony. The whole enterprise was filled with an atmosphere of festivity. It really is a festivity of labor. Tobacco processors from all over the Republic arrived to take part in the event. Thanks to Grand Tobacco and Masis Tobbacco, about 40,000 people are employed. They had arrived to the event with slogans: "Long live labor, today's labor, tomorrow's hope." The opening ceremony gathered parliament members, government officials, diplomats, representatives of tobacco industry from Russia, Greece and Belgium. Among them was the expert of the Russian tobacco review magazine, Mr. Ilarion Zveryev. Today the company is launched, and the enterprise has to keep up improving the quality and stand steadily on its feet. This quality has been improved since many years. Moreover, that the work is conducted with an international investor. They also have good tobacco. Recently they have started working with Hrant Vartanian because they understood that they can apply their capital with profit. The President of Armenia, Robert Kocharyan, took part at the event. The following officials addressed speeches to the meeting guests. Minister of Agriculture, Ara Ghevorgyan. Expert of the Russian tobacco review magazine, Ilarion Zveryev. tobacco processor from Ara district Karena Arakelanan, Koti village administration head Arshavir Ghazinian, president of Greek Misirian company Robert Misirian, representative of the same company Mr. Matosian, president of Armenian Canadian joint venture Hrant Vartanian, who invited the president of Armenia Robert Kocharyan to deliver his opening address. I have discussed this program with Hrant Vartanian 3 years ago. It is a complex program and stipulates not only production of cigarettes, taking over the Armenian market, export of tobacco. It is aimed at opening tobacco processing for villagers. Today, some 1,000 to 1,200 jobs are created in this enterprise, and it means that around 8 to 10,000 village families will have jobs. Imagine how many people enjoy stable work and income. For me, as the President of the Republic of Armenia, this is the most important question, which I relate to the opening of this enterprise. The honorary right to cut off the ribbon of Masis Tobacco Company was given to President Kocharyan. The President and the guests walked around the industrial facility, which covers an area of 32,069 square meters, and were familiarized to the process and conditions of work. Afterwards, Robert Kocharyan and Hrant Vartanian planted trees in the yard of the company. These trees, as well as Masis Tobacco, are still young. They will go deep with roots and will yield rich fruits. What is the idea of establishment of Masis Tobacco? We asked this question to the president of Grand Tobacco, Mr. Hrant Vartanian. The most important thing in this joint activity of Armenian-Greek joint venture is that we now can say that Armenia will produce tobacco imported from Iran, Georgia, from Greece and from Armenia, which with joint forces with our companions will be commercialized in Russia. This will foster economic and normal relations between these countries. At that time, in the yard, the ceremonial concert has started on an improvised stage, in which many well-known masters of art and modern singers took place. The concert was organized by Yerevan State Philharmonic.
Yes,
After the opening ceremony of Armenian-Greek joint venture Masis Tobbacco, the guests visited the center of Armenian Apostolic Church Saint Echmiadzin Cathedral. Christianity is the main religion in Armenia. In 2001, Armenian people from all over the world will celebrate 1700th anniversary of adoption of Christianity as a state religion. Armenian historian of the 5th century pointed that Echmiadzin Cathedral was built in 301 to 303. Echmiadzin means the place where the Son of God descended. It is also the residence of the Patriarch of all Armenians, Karagin II. Our tour is coming to its end. During the excursion, we tried to present the past, the present, and the future of our country to you. In order to see it tomorrow, we have to work hard and create as our forefathers did. We must develop cooperation with the civilized world by creating new companies, new values, new jobs, and march proudly to the 21st century, to the 3rd millennium.